Okay, this story is so funny. 2 days ago, Nate Erskine-Smith posted this to Facebook. The title says, "Leaving federal politics to make a bigger difference." We'll see, because he suffered a humiliating loss. We'll get to that after this short video with Carney.
You can have the ideas, you can have the hard work, but also to be really on the ground with your constituents, knowing what's going on, what their needs are, and working together. And, you know, it hurts in some respects you're going, but I understand it because you're going to be more on the ground. Working at the provincial level, working for the folks, I hope, in Scarborough, in healthcare and education, making lives better, helping to grow that economy, and we'll be right there alongside. You can have the idea.
That aged beautifully. Let's take a look at what happened in Scarborough when Carney said this.
In Scarborough, in healthcare.
Okay, this was posted this morning from Global News. Nate Erskine-Smith loses bid for Ontario Liberal nomination. Considers challenge. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but a lot of people on X were making fun of Erskine-Smith. A ton of hilarious posts over there. Okay, so this is the guy that Erskine-Smith lost to. It's sort of the subject of some of the ridicule Erskine-Smith received, which I'll get to in a second, but this guy, business owner Sanhul Hafiz. Okay, so Nate Erskine-Smith, this is recently as well. This is about 3 weeks ago, roughly, posted this video. I'm not going to play the music, but this today we celebrated the Bengali New Year, and a lot of people pointed out that they think this is pandering on X. It looks like pandering to me. There's no question. I'll also say that. This looks, all the politicians in Canada that do this, it's so incredible. And then, again, we'll get to some of the replies here. First one here, Harrison Faulkner. "It's not personal, Nate. It's ethnic. Even though you pandered to them for 10 years, they still voted for the Bangladeshi pizza shop owner instead of you." Here's another one from Table Salt, laughing emojis. Eid Mubarak. Him, Nate, shaking hands with somebody. I don't even know what this is, but whatever. There's so many holidays from so many different cultures now coming into Canada. It's impossible to keep track, and I'm not going to go out of my way to learn all these. I already whatever. I don't care. But anyway, laugh. And he still lost. Okay, here's another video. This says, "I've been to 100 political nominations since the 90s. None of them looked like the Scarborough Southwest Provincial Liberal nomination." I don't know its exact point. We're just talking about ethnic makeup of what is occurring in this room. But we'll close out on a video of Erskine-Smith answering questions, because it sounds like he has some type of issue with how this entire process went down. He was being a little bit vague, but he definitely didn't just say, okay, everything was all great. We will get to that video. This person says, "How to invade a democracy through the democratic process in a single video." And okay, we'll now get to this video here from Erskine-Smith, because it is actually interesting. You can hear somebody say, "We didn't promise you shit." You can hear that. I don't know exactly what was said before that. I don't even know that it's necessarily a staffer that says that, but at about the 1 minute mark, you can hear somebody say, "We didn't promise you shit," or something like that. I'll let this video play, but Erskine-Smith must be pretty devastated at these results. Announces he's going to resign from federal politics. He's at least somewhat well-known in Canada. I hardly know who he is, but I've heard of him. He lost to a complete no-namer in Canadian politics, so I'm sure he's not thrilled with what happened here.
How about right now?
We'll let you know.
Not
Any
right
reaction
now?
to the loss speech?
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
I'm still talking with the team about how things played out and getting more information, and yeah, I'll have to say.
All right. Are you thinking of some kind of a
like you'll challenge
a
it?
challenge?
I'm not sure. We gotta get full details. I'm not sure.
Okay.
If a right-wing politician did that in Canada, they'd say, "Oh, that's MAGA. You're being like Trump."
That's the thing about
He's
it.
clearly not just accepting the results at face value. That much you can say.
We just learned, but yeah.
Sure. What about leadership? Any thoughts on that?
Not until we figure out what to do in response to all this. But
What's your cause for concern? What do you think happened, sir?
Nate, can you stop and talk to us? You said you talked to us.
Yeah.
We have some
What's
questions.
the
but,
like? Is there an official challenge, or how's this going on?
If we gotta find somewhere where it's not raining if we're gonna do this.
There's not many inside. All right, are you challenging our results? Like, what's happening?
Is this process fair to you?
What's your suspicion, Nate? What can you tell us about what concerns you have with the results?
Like, is it challenges to eligible memberships kind of thing?
We didn't promise you shit. Get out.
Excuse us. We're here covering.
See, that's the point. You can hear that. It's a little bit hard to hear, but if you just listen, someone says, "We didn't promise you shit," and then I think they say, "Get out of here" or something.
Challenges to eligible memberships kind of thing?
We didn't promise you shit. Get out.
Excuse us. We're here covering an important race.
No. What was the question?
So is it a challenge of, are you thinking of a challenge of like someone was ruled ineligible as a member to vote today? Like what kind of thing is
I genuinely have to talk to a full debrief with the team. There's a ton of scrutineers in there, lots of stories about what's happened inside.
Like
but
what?
I got to debrief. I like, it wouldn't be fair for me to jump off the cuff. Like, I really have to talk to the team in detail and get advice from the team as to what they saw happen in there. I've spoken to a few scrutineers already who said they've never seen anything like it. And it's unreal what happened in there. So I've
Never seen anything like what, though,
In
Nate?
terms of what, though? Can you give us some idea of what you're talking
I need to do a
about?
full debrief with
That's
the team.
super vague.
I wasn't in the room. I was shaking hands and
So all they told you was we've never seen anything like it, and didn't tell you.
They said they've never seen anything like it. There were, at one table, it was 50% of the people that had ID issues, saying they'd lost driver's license. They just moved in the area. So look, I don't know. It's unfair for
But
me.
isn't it supposedly racist to have ID? I mean, I know that's more of an American thing, but anyway.
To specifically speculate. I got no idea.
What
I
about
got to
the
talk to the
leadership,
team,
though?
do a
Do you
full
have any
debrief with the
thoughts?
team as to what comes next in terms of, it was obviously very close, and we'll see. I don't know.
Can you
honestly, at the moment,
we heard 20 votes.
yeah, it was shy of that, just shy. Yeah.
19?
Yeah.
So are you concerned about the final results? Like, you don't think this is necessarily the legitimate result of this nomination?
I would like to hear from every single person that was in that room on our team to understand what took place and what their feeling is, and if there is a legitimate reason to challenge. Obviously, given everything we've seen in the race to date, and some frustrations along the way with disallowing members, and then we see scrutineers in that room articulate concerns. I honestly have to do a full debrief with them before I decide next steps, before I decide if I really consider the outcome fair.
Was this
I don't know.
was the process fair for you? Do you find it that you guys have been raising concerns for the last week about rejected rejected voters, whatnot? Was this process fair to you?
What I know is that the Liberal Caucus Service Bureau had paid staff at an event, and then they were told not to after we raised concerns. I know that hundreds of our members were disallowed. I know that when you look, and Steve, you'll know this, but anyone who knows the establishment of this party, from Tom Allison all the way down, they were all out for our opponents, and they were working very hard to prevent us from being successful. And so, and then I know that there were major challenges in the room. There were many people.
Thank you guys.
Scrutineers are having problems. So that's all I'll say. Like, that is what I know. And look, I'm thankful for everyone that came out. I'm thankful for all the volunteers. I'm thankful for everyone who showed up to vote and to participate in this.
Thank you guys.
I don't know.
I mean, there's no way he envisioned that when he announced that he was going to leave federal politics for it to go this way. But with that said, I'll finish my video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like, please subscribe, and have a great day.